I'll actually make a separate tutorial for that one because it's a pretty advanced piece of equipment and you really need to learn how it works because it's got a kind of steep learning curve. Alright, you can bring up the map by pressing the M button, or in the game, if you have your HunterMate selected, use the mouse 2 key, the right mouse button. It will bring up the map as well. You can even play mini games on the HunterMate. When you're in standing, you're bored or whatever, you can play a game. I never do it. The games aren't that great, and it's I never really hunt from stands that much. I check them out, but I don't, sit there for hours. Alright, using an item, same as the gun, just press the left mouse button, and the alternative use of the item is mouse 2, but I don't think I've ever seen an alternative use of an item. Could be wrong, but I don't use it, I think. Alright, that's about it for all the keyboard setup settings. You can always go back to default if you want. Alright, let's go back here. Now, let's actually enter the game because that's where you're here for. Alright, we're going to enter the reserve, and once it loads you'll see the equipment or the inventory screen. Now, this is what I talked about earlier. The left side, you can see here it says lodge inventory. This means all these things are only available in the lodge. You can see I've got plenty of rifles, stuff like that. I think I've got them all. But here in this area, this is actually your player inventory. You see I've only got 3 guns equipped, so I've got more guns than I can bring, and at the lodge I can change these if I wish. For example, if there's a shotgun competition going on, you obviously want to take that with you instead of the bow, something like that. Alright, keep in mind most players that start out don't have the extra 2 sidebars here. I bought a backpack which gives you basically twice as much room as a normal player, so I can pack a lot of guns, stuff like that. You probably have these 16 squares here. If you've ever played Diablo 1 or 2, it kind of reminds me of that inventory. The gun is 4 squares wide and 1 square high, and you really need that spot open before you can equip it. So if you've got a 2x2 spot open, you cannot take the shotgun with you. You have to rearrange your stuff. I don't really care about it because I've got the backpack. It's not that big of a deal, but if you just start out, it's good to know that. Alright, let's check out the large inventory first. You've got the weapons pre-selected here. You can click this button. A lot of people don't even know that, but you can click it and you can select one of the categories that you want to check out, like scope, stuff like that. You can also browse through them with the arrow buttons here. Just click them and you'll get to the weapons again. Alright, now this area here is where your primary and secondary weapons are loaded. You can attach scopes and fill it with ammo, obviously. These are your 2 item slots, which I said are mainly used for your lures. This is the binocular slot and the game slot. I don't use this because I never play a game on my HunterMate. Okay, to make things more easy, I'm just gonna put everything away here for a second, and I'm gonna show you how to set up your equipment when you first start out. It can be a bit overwhelming if you see all of this, but it's actually very easy and very straightforward. Just gonna unload all the shotgun shells here with indicator. Alright, almost there. Now I'm gonna take a loadout that a basic player will probably have, because there's no use in making more difficult, because other people probably just know how this works. Alright, you always start out with the 243 Wind Bolt action rifle. As you can see, you can just click it from the inventory, large inventory screen, and either place it in your primary or your secondary slot, or in your backpack. We're just going to do it like, or in your inventory, sorry. We're just going to do it like this. I put it here. This is the 243. Now, you don't need a scope. You can actually just use it without a scope. I prefer to use the scope. I think you've got the rifle scope 4x32 millimeters as default when you're just starting out, so we're going to add that as well. You see it takes up 2 slots, We need some ammo for this gun. Let's go to the ammunition screen. Here you see the bullets. The little number here represents how many bullets are in the box. You always start out with a box of 10 bullets, and you actually have to complete the entire box before you get 10 new bullets. Most people, when they start out, don't know it, and they end up with boxes with only 1 or 2 bullets in them, and they want to stack them or whatever, but that's not possible. You've got to shoot them all. So we're just going to take this one, put it over here. Take this one with the 7 bullets in it and put it over there. Alright, this is our basic loadout for the gun. Now, let's see what we've got more. Equipment. We've got, well, these I'm not going to take. Not really relevant right now. Ammunition. Here, you probably started with the deer bleed collar. You want to take that with you, otherwise you cannot call animals. These are more advanced things. Let's see, your binoculars, you really need them, so we take those with us. The HunterMate is always equipped, by the way. You don't have to put it in your inventory, you just have that. I'm just going to show you this game as well. You can take it with you. And okay, let's take the digital camera. Alright, you see we've got some more room, so if you have more weapons available, you can add it. If you don't, you can always take more ammunition. Let's see if I've got more of those bullets. Here we are. Alright, that's about it. Now, before you go out, you actually have to set up a gun for your primary weapon or secondary. It doesn't really matter. Just use the primary for now. Put your gun, just click on it again and put it over here. Now it's equipped. And before you can actually use it, you want to add at least a bullet. So we're going to put it here in the ammo slot. And we're going to use a scope on this rifle. So we're just going to put it here. Alright, our primary weapon is equipped. Now for the collars and the binoculars and stuff like that, just select the collar, put it in one of the 2 slots. I'm going to use the number 3 slot here. Use the binoculars here, there's only 1 spot for that, and the HunterMate add-on. Alright, now we're ready to go. We don't actually need anything more, so that's about it. Now don't get confused, the exit button here actually means that you're going to enter the game. You're going to exit the large inventory and enter the reserve. Now it took me a while to figure this out, I think about 10 minutes when I first started out, because I thought I don't want to exit the game, I just want to enter the reserve. But this is the button you need, so click exit and we'll wait for the game to load over here. There we are. You can see it's pretty early in the morning, nice sunshine. And this is basically it for setting up your keys. I'm just gonna show you how to load your weapons and how to use the practice range. As you can see, we can look around, stuff like that. We can walk left, right, back, forward, things like that. You know, the crouch position and prone position. We'll get to that later. Just stand up for now. Okay, before you can start shooting at the practice range, you need to equip your weapon. And if you remembered well, it was assigned to the number 1 key over here. So we're just going to press that. And here we are. Gun's coming up. And it loads the bullet for you automatically. And as you can see, you've got your gun equipped, but you can't shoot it right now because you're not aiming yet. So what we're going to do is walk over to this tree, for example. Just stand here. We're going to use one of those 2 targets and press the left mouse button to bring up the gun. And you see I'm going to actually aim down the scope. Now, I don't touch my mouse at this moment, and you can see it wobbles a bit. This is natural. Because it's a simulation game. In real life, your rifle won't be 100% steady as well, depending on how you shoot it, obviously. But it wobbles a bit. Now, there are 2 ways to increase the accuracy of this gun and reduce the wobbling. The first one is to go actually into a crouch or prone position. So let's go crouch first. Here we go. You see it still wobbles, but a bit less. And the last one, if you go prone, you actually lie down. Well, this is kind of hard to see because we're in the brush here, but it's less wobbly. I'm just going to move forward so you can actually see it. Here we go. Now we can aim again, and you'll probably see that it's still wobbling, but it's okay. You know, you can always correct it with your mouse. Try to keep it on target here, like this.